job.
Absolutely. So what was that first job?
After the soaps
operas,
and things I'd done. I did a guest star on Cold Case out here in LA, and then I got a recurring on a show called My Wife and Kids, and then that led to, I'd have to look at my resume, I honestly don't even remember, this was like 10 years ago. It just led to a bit of a snowball effect, and shortly thereafter I got my first pilot, which was a big deal. I had a really great time doing that, and then the year after that I ended up having my own show on Lifetime, and that was really great, and that opened some other doors.
What was the name of that show?
That was called Monarch Cove. It was a telenovela kind of setup where there were 14 episodes. It always had a beginning, a middle, and an end. It was never going to go on for multiple seasons. It was kind of a encapsulated one-season show, but it was fun. I shot it in Australia, and I learned a lot about my own resilience. I learned a lot about loneliness in this business. Living in Australia, having no friends or family anywhere nearby, and working. I was the number one on the show, so I consistently worked 18-hour days. I got no sleep. It was very hard. I finally achieved something that I thought was my dream, and I thought was my big goal, and I thought would make me happy. And I realized that it wasn't exactly what I thought it was going to be. And what really made me happy was connection with my family and my friends, was being able to work but not having it completely swallow me and engulf me. And that was a major life lesson I learned on that show, that I will not give all of myself to my job again. I love my job, but it's not.
So what happens if you get this huge film and you get a TV show? Would you say no, I'm not?
No, of course not. And I've been fortunate enough. I mean, the last show I did, I was the number 2 on, and it was kind of great because I worked a lot, but I didn't have the whole pressure of the show on my shoulders. But I will inevitably, and I do pilots all the time or other projects where I am the first lead in it, and I love it. I love it. I just have learned that I can't give all of myself to it. Now, some things are a time thing. If I'm on set, I'm on set, I'm working. I can't take hours out to go have lunch with my husband.
Yes,
I can't get that in my contract. But I can choose to manage my time better, and when I'm not at work, not be at work. When I'm at work, I'm focused, I'm there, I'm at work. But when I'm not at work, I have to step away from my work and not let work-related things completely engulf me. Because work isn't just being there and shooting the scenes. It's interviews, it's photo shoots, it's doing magazines, it's doing radio shows, it's doing everything else, and it's finding a balance. You can do all those. You can do a lot of those things. You can't necessarily do all of them.
Yes.
You have to pick and choose,
and not all of them at once.
And not all of them at once, and decide what is in alignment with my values. Where are what are the outlets that are going to reach the audiences I want to reach?
And how do you do that? How, for anyone who's listening, how do you make that choice of this is more in alignment with my morals and values, but this one makes more money and it's a good opportunity to lead to something else, even though it's longer hours and I don't want to work that? How do you know when to compromise and when not to, where it doesn't swallow up your life? Because I've had some actor friends who, they were saying what you said, but they kept getting financially rewarding roles after role, and they're like, I want this much, I want $1 million for 3 weeks. Okay. And it's like, you're not supposed to say okay. So then they found themselves working and working and working, and it just, they couldn't get off that train because they couldn't say no.
Honestly, I mean, my honest answer to you is there isn't a perfect answer. For me, it's prayer. I just pray about it. I sit quietly and I pray, and I just try to listen to my intuition and my gut. And inevitably I'll do projects that I'll then look back on and go, oh, kind of wish I hadn't done that one. That didn't turn out how I thought it was going to, or whatever the case may be. But
you try your best to be conscious of the choices you make.
And I just try to put it out there what I really want to do. That doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to get every project that's in alignment with my value. I'm going to be offered things that may feel out of sync, and I have to go, okay, well, how out of sync is it? Am I still able to ultimately make a difference? If I do this project, will it raise my profile in such a way that I can make a difference because my profile is raised, and I can do interviews, or I can, whatever the case may be, to ultimately make a difference in the world. It's not all black and white. It's very, very gray. But just listening to my gut and my intuition and praying about it and seeing, just doing the best I can. It's a daily struggle.